Let's talk about the 5 paradoxes of high IQ and why some smart people often get mistaken for having ADHD from a brain-based perspective. The first paradox. Smart people get bored fast, so they look inattentive. The way their brain works is somewhat different. The brain's reaction at this point is to predict before actually starting the task. The connections between different brain regions happen so fast that the brain can evaluate the work even before they begin doing it. If the task is difficult, they're forced to focus. But what if the task is too easy? They quickly start feeling bored because there's too little stimulation in that work. For an average person, an easy task can feel safe, and dopamine is released just enough for them to feel a sense of progress. Smart people often wait for dopamine. Many of us think dopamine is the hormone that gives you a high, but that's not exactly true. It's what helps us feel motivated to keep doing more. And because the task is too easy, too low stimulation, they start getting bored. They look around while doing homework, start thinking about random side stuff, and mind wander more. Overall, this is what makes people think this person has ADHD. The second paradox. They often interrupt other people. Yeah, I know. This is the sign that annoys a lot of people because it looks very similar to a symptom of ADHD.
Done it, and if
I don't know you, then
please
what?
stop interrupting me.
You can notice this in a conversation with multiple people, or even just between two people. Being interrupted while you're talking is extremely annoying because you haven't even finished explaining your point yet, but the other person has already predicted the rest before you even said it. Maybe they're right, maybe they're wrong, but just one sentence from you can activate their inhibitory control, working memory, and cognitive flexibility. They feel like the story is kind of familiar, then unconsciously fill in the rest of what you're saying. And blurting out an interruption also happens almost unconsciously. I used to have a friend where the moment I opened my mouth to say one sentence, they had already created the whole story in their head. Very annoying. The third paradox. They have extremely strong curiosity. Have you noticed that whenever they talk about a topic they're genuinely passionate about, like F1 cars, conspiracy theories, or stories they care about, they usually talk a lot and go on non-stop. They talk so fast that you have no idea what the hell is going on. That's because those topics stimulate them very strongly, making them pull out all their logic and passion to talk. This can easily make other people misunderstand and think they're overstimulated, then label them as ADHD. But the difference between ADHD and smart people is not whether they can focus deeply or not. Smart people can still focus on boring tasks if that task revolves around a topic they truly like, then break it down very deeply. The difference is their ability to direct attention according to a goal. The fourth paradox. Smart people hate repetitive tasks, so they look lazy or disorganized. Things like data entry, organizing files, or simply replying to emails are all pretty repetitive tasks, so they can get bored very easily. Smart people are often able to package work very quickly. They can create a process for the task, making it gradually become a habit in the brain. But because of that, their brain starts getting bored. If you've ever had a thought like, "This is too easy, I'll do it later," that could be a sign. And this can also easily turn into a bad reputation because you'll get slapped with a label like something in a supermarket with the name "gets discouraged easily," ADHD. In reality, ADHD also has signs like this. But with ADHD, people often struggle with starting a task and maintaining it. According to the National Library of Medicine, ADHD and high IQ can still come with difficulties in executive functioning. High IQ can help compensate and make symptoms less obvious, but it does not eliminate ADHD. The fifth paradox. They are always in a messy state. Imagine you see that your room is way too messy. You decide to clean it, but while cleaning, you realize it's really exhausting. So you come up with an app, for example, an app that can help you clean your house through a professionally packaged process. This makes you open your computer and start researching immediately. You spend hours watching how to clean your house properly, and in the end, the room is still there. The trash is still sitting on the desk from 2 weeks ago, and you're still sitting there, but now you've already researched your way into another topic. And finally, smart people can compensate well, so real ADHD gets missed. That's right, smart people and ADHD are two different concepts, but they can create behaviors that look pretty similar. And ADHD is not an ability, but for a smart person, they can reduce some of the things ADHD brings. We have Simone Biles, an American gymnast with 11 Olympic medals. This is an insanely high level because gymnastics is an extremely difficult sport. She has ADHD, but because she has her own system, combined with intelligence, it makes her brain function when facing extreme sports that require an extremely high level of focus, almost like being in Asian gaming mode. From the outside, intelligence and ADHD can look pretty similar, but the difference lies in the duration and the level of impact of attention ability. There's something pretty common in today's world. Most of us are thinking we have ADHD. I made a separate video about that right over here. If you're interested, you can click it. And this is Paw. I'll look at everything from a brain-based perspective. Paw signing out. Stay sharp, stay weird.